Hey, what is up guys? It is Paddy here. So in this video, what I want to talk with you about is how to sell effectively, or rather how to really make sure that you can increase your sales, and every time when you're in a sales interaction that you can have the best chance of succeeding at actually making sales. So most people really struggle when it comes to selling effectively, and let's say they're in a sales conversation and the potential customer or client says, oh well, no, I'll think about it, this and this and that. And what I really want to address with you is what the big hurdles are, or rather the big problems are that people experience when it comes to selling. So this video is specifically for you if you are a coach, a consultant, a service provider, you're trying to get more clients, you're trying to convert more leads into sales, then you definitely want to stick around and watch this video up until the end. So what I want to address with you is what is really the big problem, or rather what is really the big obstacle that people encounter when it comes to selling effectively, right, in order to get more clients. So this thing you could actually break up into parts. And the first part is what I refer to as the resistance in the seller. So when you look at sales interactions, any type of sales situation, pretty much 9 out of 10 times, the most resistance that comes in that situation doesn't come from the buyer. So it doesn't come from the potential customer or the potential client. By far, most of the sales resistance comes from you, the seller, you, the service provider, the coach, the consultant, or whatever you want to call yourself. And this really boils down to the mindset. And here's what I mean. So most people, they have grown up, or rather indoctrinated with this belief that selling is somehow bad, right? That selling is manipulative, it is pushy, it's slimy, and all of that bad nonsense, right? And what that leads to is that it creates a lot of resistance whenever you're in a sales situation, because you're going to have all of these preconceived notions on how to, for example, interact with your potential customer or your client. And eventually all of that is leading up to you actually creating resistance, because you're going to notice in your communication, or rather your potential customer or client is going to pick up on certain things subconsciously in your communication, which is going to push this person away from the moment when you're presenting your offer, and hopefully trying to get the yes from the client, right? So the solution to that is to reframe your view on what selling actually is. So here's the thing, selling isn't bad, right? Let me say that again. Selling is not a bad thing. In fact, pretty much everything good that you have in your life has been sold to you, right? I challenge you to bait me on this, because everything that you have in your life, whether it's the clothes you have, the food you have, even your relationships, your husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, everything that you have in your life, experiences, have been sold to you first before you could actually have it. So selling cannot be a bad thing. So what you want to do is you want to reframe your view on what selling actually is, because when you take a look at what actually happens with a sale, right, is that a person takes action, but this action is an inspired action. It's empowered. It's empowered in order to achieve a certain result, a desired state, right? Or to move a person away from a certain type of pain or whatever it is. So when you start looking at it that way, then what selling really is about helping people take empowered decisions. It's about helping people take inspired action. And the number one thing that you need to understand is that you are not the one who is actually doing quote unquote the selling. The person who is always making the decision on whether they are quote unquote sold or not is the other person, right? So in this case, it's the potential customer or it's the potential client. So what it means is that the only thing you need to do when you're in a sales situation is that you have to provide value to someone, to help someone move to the point where they can persuade themselves, right? Because ultimately it's about creating belief, and that belief will lead to inspired action. So that is the first thing that you have to change when it comes to selling. You have to change your view on what selling actually is, because this takes away all of the resistance. This takes away all of these negative preconceived notions about what selling actually is, which allows you to engage and connect with people on a much deeper level than what you first thought was possible. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is about having clarity. And here's what I mean. So, with most people, whenever they're in a sales situation and they're trying to present their offer, and then they'll notice that, the client is maybe like kind of resistant in, or rather reluctant in accepting the offer, right? And moving forward on it. And that's because it's not clear. And what is not clear is the client doesn't clearly see the value. The client doesn't, and more specifically, the client doesn't clearly see how you are going to take them from where they are right now to where they want to be. So the solution to that is to present your offer in a progressive way. So what that means is that let me give you an example of this. Let's say you are, for example, you're a fitness coach, right? So what do most fitness coaches do, right? Let's say you're a personal trainer, for example. So then they would say like, okay, I have a 6 or 8 week personal training program where you work with me one-on-one and will help you to lose weight, right? So let's say that a potential customer or client is somebody that is interested in building more muscle, losing weight, and just overall appearing fit, right? I know that's a general description right here, but just bear with me, okay, for the sake of the example. So when you are presenting the offer in that way, then it's not really clear how you're going to help this person move along the line and achieve success within said time frame, right? So what you then want to do is, instead of doing it that way, you want to present your offer in a more progressive way. So what you want to do is then break down, for example, let's say you have a 6-week coaching program, right? What you then want to do is break down every week what is going to happen in a milestone type of way, which shows the client the progression, which shows them that they are moving along, which shows them the results that they are achieving. So let me give you an example. So what you then would want to say for this particular client or customer, whatever you want to call them, is something more along the lines like, okay, so John, here's what we're gonna do. So here's how we're going to get you from your current fit state to being more lean build and all of that, right? Building muscle and all of that stuff. So in the first week, what we're gonna do is we're going to help you to create a plan of the right type of exercises and right type of workouts that you should be doing on, for example, a daily basis, right? And in the second week, what we're going to do is we're going to help you create a custom meal plan specifically tailored to you for your body, so that you know exactly what to eat and how to help yourself nourish much better to build up muscle and lose weight and all of that stuff, right? So what's going to happen is within 2 weeks, you'll know exactly how to work out. You'll know exactly what to do every time you need to work out. You know exactly what to eat to help yourself build the body that you want to achieve, right? And then in the third week, what we're going to do is we're going to help you optimize that even further by doing specific targeted exercises to help you build more muscle weight. So within 3 weeks already, you'll be able to achieve a drastically different body than what you have right now, right? So obviously I'm just freestyling here, right? Because I just gave a general description about the client's needs and what's so forth. But what I want you to see here is the difference between how the first offer was presented versus the second offer, where it's showing a more progressive line towards achieving the end result. And the important thing here is notice how it's not focused on the coaching itself. Notice how it's focused on the end result, because you need to understand that a customer or client, whoever, is always interested in the outcome. And once you keep this person focused on the outcome, that is how you're going to get someone who will create this belief in themselves and create this inspired momentum for them to take decision on what they want to do and what they want to achieve. So that's basically what I just wanted to share with you in this quick video in order to help you to drive a lot more sales for your business. So let me know below in the comment section if you found this valuable and if this helped you out. And I'm also curious to see what are the things that you struggle with in your business when it comes to helping clients take empowered decisions in order to transform their lives or their business and whatnot. So let me know in the comment section and make sure to like this video. Yeah, let me know your thoughts so that we can talk a little bit further about that. So talk to you soon.